Before we continue with the rest of the video, we could use your help. Click that like button to help spread the word about watchJojo, and also be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. When doctors saw the scan, they advised her to terminate the pregnancy. But now, astonishing. It's as heart-wrenching a moment as any expectant mother can experience. Being told by a medical professional that the best course of action is to terminate the pregnancy. But Shelley Tucker wasn't prepared to accept that destiny. What happened next will astonish you. Shelley's been married to her loving husband Greg since 2009. Together they hail from Adams, New York, where until mid-2011 they lived with their only son, Owen. Greg and Shelley had faced many difficulties getting pregnant the first time around, and it seemed almost impossible that they'd be able to replicate that feat. Indeed, the couple spent months trying with no success. Desperate, the Tuckers turned to fertility treatment for help, and not long after, they received some wonderful news. Shelley was pregnant again. That in itself was almost miraculous enough, but more was yet to come. All was not as well as it seemed. 20 weeks into the pregnancy, Shelley went for a routine ultrasound scan, only to discover that she was expecting twins. But not just ordinary twins, these were conjoined twins. The most popular theory concerning how conjoined twins occurs is through fission, in which the fertilized egg only partially separates. And while it can happen to anyone, it's most commonly found in Brazil, Africa, and Southeast Asia. In fact, conjoined twins are probably not as rare as you think. 1 in every 50,000 or so births is affected by the condition, with the majority of sufferers being tragically stillborn or dying within the first 24 hours. It was perhaps something of a surprise, therefore, when Shelley was advised by her doctor to terminate the pregnancy. The fact that he was a specialist in high-risk pregnancies only made matters worse. After all, if he didn't think the babies would survive, what chance did they have? Nevertheless, a naturally distraught Shelley was determined not to give up. I could literally feel the girls kicking in my belly, and I knew that an abortion wasn't something possible, she told Good Morning America. Resolute, Shelley and Greg sought a second opinion. Moreover, miraculously, the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia gave the couple renewed hope. Doctors there were confident that the babies could be separated after birth. With fresh resolve, the Tuckers pressed ahead with the pregnancy, and Shelley carried the twins to term. In March of 2012, the expectant mom was brought in for an emergency cesarean and gave birth to twin girls, Amelia and Allison Tucker. The doctor's predictions were confirmed immediately, with the babies being conjoined at the abdomen and lower chest. They also shared multiple organs, including their liver. In the months that followed, the family lived at the hospital while Amelia and Allison were getting ready for surgery. Then, on November 7th, 2012, the day of the operation finally arrived. The procedure lasted a grueling 7 hours and required a highly skilled team of doctors and nurses. 40 medical professionals worked tirelessly to separate the conjoined twins, while Greg and Shelley waited with bated breath. Eventually, the news everyone had been waiting for arrived. The operation had been a complete success. The girls had been separated and both had survived the complex surgery. During the girls' ordeal, Shelley maintained an online blog to provide updates for friends, family, and well-wishers. After the operation, the overwhelmed mom wrote, "Today it's time to celebrate, to be thankful, to appreciate, to praise, and to enjoy this weight lifted off our shoulders." Allison was discharged from hospital on December 17, 2012, meaning she could spend her first Christmas at home. Unfortunately, Amelia's recovery time was a little longer, but the important thing was that they were both alive and well. In fact, the doctors were optimistic that the twins would grow up to live normal, healthy, and happy lives. Whether that would come to fruition, however, remained to be seen. So, where are the girls now? Well, they're at home, living normal, healthy, and happy lives with Greg, Shelley, and Owen. In fact, if you didn't know already, there'd be no way of telling that the 6-year-old twins once shared more than just a womb. Their transformation is astonishing, and Shelley and Greg are no doubt forever thankful that they approached the Children's Hospital. Shelley now spends her days raising money and awareness for the hospital and kids in situations like Amelia and Allison. She's confident that her own girls will be just as successful too. Writing on her blog, "These girls are going to do big things in life."